Welcome. You're tuned into Tangled Threads. If you're digging our content, hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you. I never thought I'd be writing something like this, but here I am. I'm Jesse, and my life just turned upside down. Megan, my wife, and I have been together for a good chunk of time, and we have a 7-year-old son, the light of our lives. It was just another regular day. Megan and our boy went out to run some errands while I stayed back to finish up some work. I'm a graphic designer, so I often work from home. I was looking forward to their return, planning a little surprise dinner. I'm not a chef, but hey, I try. As the clock ticked past the time they were supposed to be back, a niggling worry started in my gut. I decided to call Megan, just to check in. When she answered, something was off. Her voice was strange, almost distant. She assured me they were fine, but I couldn't shake the feeling. They finally got home, and I immediately sensed something was wrong. Megan seemed different, her eyes a bit too shiny, her speech slightly slurred. I tried to convince myself I was imagining things, but deep down, I knew. I needed to know what happened, but I didn't want to confront Megan right away. So, I turned to our son. He's a smart kid, observant. I asked him casually about their day. His answer hit me like a ton of bricks. "Hey buddy, how was your day out with Mom?" I asked. "It was okay, Dad. We went to some stores," he replied, not looking up from his toy. "That sounds fun. Did you guys do anything else?" I probed gently. "Yeah, we went to a man's house. Mommy knows him," he said innocently, still focused on his toy. I felt a chill run down my spine, but I kept my voice steady. "Oh, really? And what did you do there?" He finally looked up at me. "I played with toys he had. Mommy and he went to another room and talked a lot." The simplicity and innocence in his voice broke my heart. I forced a smile, hiding my turmoil. "Sounds like you had a busy day, champ. How about we get some dinner going? What would you like?" His face lit up. "Can we have pizza?" "Sure thing, buddy," I replied, my heart heavy but trying to keep things normal for him. As he excitedly chattered about the kind of pizza he wanted, my mind raced with the reality of what he had just told me. Megan had cheated, and our son was there, oblivious and innocent. How was I going to handle this? I felt my world shatter in that moment, but I kept it together for my son. I couldn't let him see how broken I was. I made up an excuse and left the room quickly. My heart was racing, and I felt a mix of anger, sadness, and disbelief. Confronting Megan was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I asked her outright if she was seeing someone else. After putting our son to bed, I knew I had to confront Megan. My heart was pounding in my chest as I walked into our living room where she was sitting, looking a bit uneasy. "Megan, we need to talk," I said, my voice firm but controlled. She looked up, her eyes meeting mine. "What's wrong, Jesse?" I took a deep breath. I spoke to our son. He told me about the man's house you went to today. "What's going on, Megan? Are you seeing someone else?" For a moment, there was silence. Then, she let out a sigh, her gaze dropping to the floor. "Jesse, I'm so sorry. I never meant for things to go this far." I felt a mixture of anger and sadness. "Sorry? Megan, our son was there. How could you do this?" She started to cry, her voice trembling. I know. It was a mistake, Jesse. I didn't think it would happen. I just got caught up." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "Caught up? Megan, this isn't just a mistake. You've broken our family." She reached out to me, but I stepped back. "I don't know if I can forgive this, Megan. I can't even look at you right now." Tears streamed down her face. "Please, Jesse, I'm so sorry. I'll do anything to make this right." I shook my head, feeling a sense of finality wash over me. "I don't think there's anything that can fix this. We need to talk about what comes next, for our son's sake." Megan nodded, wiping her tears, her voice barely a whisper. "I understand." As I walked away, leaving her alone in the living room, the weight of the situation felt crushing. This was the beginning of the end of our life together, and I couldn't see any way around it. We argued, voices raised, tears shed. It was a mess. In the end, we knew it was over. We decided to file for divorce. She packed some things and left. I told her our son would stay with me tonight, and we'd figure out a custody arrangement later. I'm sitting here now, trying to process everything. I feel so betrayed, not just for me, but for our son. How could she do this? I know life has to go on, but right now, it feels like everything is falling apart. I've got to be strong for my boy, though. He needs me, and I need him. We'll get through this together somehow. Update. It's been a while since everything fell apart between Megan and me. Those initial days were some of the hardest I've ever faced, but time has a way of healing, or at least making things more bearable. We've both moved on in our own ways, with the focus being on our son. Megan and I have found a way to work together for him. We've both been pouring our energy into making sure he's happy and healthy. It's not always easy, but seeing him smile makes every effort worth it. Despite what happened, Megan and I have managed to build a sort of friendship, driven by our mutual love for our son. We realized early on that our issues shouldn't affect him. He needs both his parents, and we're determined to give him the best of us, even if we're no longer together. We've settled into a routine. Our son spends equal time with both of us. We coordinate schedules, attend school events together, and sometimes even have family dinners. It's important to us that he sees we're still a family, even if the dynamics have changed. Our son has been the bridge between us, encouraging a camaraderie that might have been impossible otherwise. We share stories about his antics, his achievements, and even the challenges. It's a shared journey, albeit on different paths. There's no talk of getting back together, and honestly, neither of us wants that. What we had is in the past, but what remains is the unbreakable bond of parenthood. We've learned to be strong, not just for our son, but also as individuals. We've grown in ways that wouldn't have been possible if we hadn't gone through what we did. I've seen Megan become more independent and focused. As for me, I've discovered strengths I didn't know I had. We're both better parents because of our experiences. Looking back, I never would have imagined that this is where we'd be. But here we are, co-parenting effectively, maintaining a friendship, and above all, ensuring our son knows he's loved by both his parents. This journey hasn't been easy, and there are still tough days. But when I see our son laughing and playing, or when he runs up to both of us with a story to share, I know we're doing something right. We're showing him that even in the face of adversity, we can rise above, adapt, and thrive. In the end, that's what matters most. Well, dang. I think this is the first time ever a story like this has ended well. I mean, who knew honest and mature people existed? Anyways, let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. When you subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell. Click here for more Tangled threads.